What's going on, YouTube and fantasy football fans? We are live post-draft show for the first time of the season. Chris Peterson here with you. Nate Hettinger is also here as well. Best friend with the most and fellow Coner for many, many years now. This is what? This is 7 for you?
I started with Jet and Jays, I believe.
Oh, no, you're longer. Yeah, you've been longer than Matt. Matt's like now on 6, if he sticks around with us. But yeah, you were from there from the very beginning. So 11 for you, 12 for me, 11 for you.
I think you had 1 year without me.
Yep. That was Shockers. That was my very first year. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you came on board. Yep. So 11 for you.
See, Matt's been with us
since Dominators.
Dominators. Yeah.
Yep. Right after we won the title in 2010.
It had to be.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yep. So we just completed our fantasy football draft for the Thunder Colts this year, and wow! Oh my God! Yeah, find a better word than wow. Yeah, wow, I don't know if you can, because there was hello, good morning, how are you? This was absolutely mind-blowing. The value we were able to find in every single round was nuts. Yeah, our stacking strategy that we've used over time was absolutely phenomenal. It was just every round we were in, we were able to find really good talent, and I think we're going to have a really, really good team this year.
And not to mention, not very many jinxes this year.
No, it didn't really happen. Normally, when we see the players on our mind, or we
usually goes if he's still there, and he goes off the
board. Like it only happened once for us. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Who was it?
It was was that wide receiver from? I forget who.
Yeah.
It was one guy we had on our mind that he went right after.
But we had a backup.
We did. We had many plan Bs. Yeah.
We didn't have to use many plan Bs tonight, did we?
No, we did not. No, it was very good all around. We picked 8th. So again, kind of close to the middle, which we've kind of been accustomed to over the last several years. Kind of
5th in the odd, 8th in the.
No, 8th in the odd, 6th in the even.
Yeah.
Because it's still. Yeah, the talent we were able to get was absolutely amazing.
Nuts.
The thing, and kind of like the recurring trend, the thing that I noticed early is you'll find that a lot of running backs and wide receivers will go off the boards early. You'll find that usually there'll be a couple owners that'll take the jump and maybe go quarterback, like get like a Rodgers or a Brady or what have you. But other times, and then also usually around 3 or 4, the tight ends will go off, except for Gronkowski, who I think went either round 1, round 2. But he's worthy of that value because of his skill set.
Insanity.
Oh, yeah, definitely insanity. But for the most part, those positions are going to come off the board first. And then after that, defense usually will pop up around maybe round 8 or 9, with the exception maybe the Broncos, who I know went off pretty early in our draft. And then, like, once round 8, it was like the Seahawks went. I think the Texans went around that mark. So
I mean, it all depends. For me, it all depends on who you want to build your team around.
Yep.
You know, the good players will go off early, like Brady. You know that Brady is going to be a shoo-in.
Oh, yeah. Every time. Yeah.
But here's a question.
Sure.
Is he that good, or does he just cheat?
Yeah, that is a valid point. Oh, gosh, someone other than the Patriots, please win it this year, please. Because last year, Super Bowl shit. That was last year. You know, it's like, Yes, I made the Pearson Press, the only article ever in production where I typed a little blurb about Super Bowl shit and how it was in last year's game.
And notice he uses the
poop emoji.
I like that.
Yes.
And I like this shit.
Yeah, so.
By the way, guys, I got married in the off season.
Yes. Yes, there it is. Yes. So, yes. She's not getting up. But
my wife is camera shy because she says it makes her look ugly.
Makes her look fat.
Yeah.
I thought the camera was
No, the saying is the camera adds 10 pounds. Yeah.
Holy shit, you'd crush me.
Yeah, but if you see me on camera, you're gonna ask how many cameras are on me.
Ooh, she's got a point.
What?
She's got a point.
I don't get it.
She asked how many cameras are on her.
Okay.
Lots of extra pounds.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I pick on you, but I love you.
Right.
And
the
she's
finger.
giving me a one finger.
One
salute.
finger. The Mr. Met finger. Yes. Yeah. But,
Yeah, the mascot flipping a fan off. Yeah, how stupid
Yeah.
are
and of
you?
course, Twitter blows up over that. But then it's like, how can he do it when he only has 4 fingers? But he found a way to do it. If you do it just right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
3,
You
2,
you put them
1.
together. Yeah, if you do it just right, yeah, he found a way to do
Don't put
it.
people off on camera. What's the matter with you?
Well, that guy that was playing the role got fired the very next day, so he's no longer doing Mr. Met. So he got fired the next
Speaking of
day.
getting fired, the Crystal Con.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I've mentioned that. You mentioned
Yeah,
that.
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
you mentioned that. But bottom
Do
line,
a whole show on that with you.
Oh, yeah.
My Little Pony.
yes, yep, yep.
Yep.
But the point being, we were just able to just crush it in any round, especially in the middle rounds were the picks that I
nuts.
liked the most.
That was nuts because usually in years past the middle rounds is
Sucked.
good where the just
It
terrible.
just like nothing was there, like no value was there.
But this year it's like he's still
He's
on?
still on the board of that pick?
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And
What are they doing here?
it was just killer. And so
Apparently we got a
the-
bunch of Dumases in our
no
league.
kidding.
I don't know.
No kidding.
Shoot.
And there were some people were being like really stupid, like
Jaguars.
the Jaguars defense in
number
round
3.
8.
Like-
In round 8. Round 7. It was by Big Heavy. I'm like, I said, are you high?
Wasn't it earlier?
Are you
than
big
that?
on?
Like,
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was like
I don't think it was round
4 or
3.
5 or
Okay,
something.
it might have been a little earlier.
It was
but still,
early.
But still, the Jaguars DST? Really?
in any round.
In any round? Are you stupid? I couldn't
Hence
believe
my
that.
little
Yeah, right.
3
Stupid.
things you can count on. I think I don't know who said it. I think you.
I started
made
it.
up.
Death,
Taxes,
and the Jaguars sucking. Absolutely.
It's probably going to be really loud on the video with this new mic. By the way, folks, you got a new microphone.
New microphone, the blue snowball mic. This was recommended actually at PonyCon by the panel that they did, and they say it's very clear.
A panel
Even for
of
$50,
YouTubers.
yeah, and for $50, and so hopefully we're coming across very clear on this mic.
It's probably that double talking's probably going to be loud as all get
Yes,
out.
true.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry, but
Adjust your
adjust your audio accordingly.
yes. It's our audio. It's not yours.
Right, correct.
Although I've never seen a TV really get louder unless it's on commercials.
True. That is very true. But the biggest piece of advice I can give to they're holding either upcoming drafts very soon or very soon before preseason training camp is you can find value. Their quarterback is deep. Wide receiver is especially deep. Tight end you can wait a little bit on. There is value to be found in these rounds with these players that are available.
Seriously, yeah. Don't panic on quarterback or wide receiver.
No.
Usually, just look at
Look
at
who's
the
there.
trends.
Look at the trends of your fellow draftees in your league, and then
believe
look
me,
who's there.
There is trends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've got to see what's being done before you pick each time. So that's really the key that I can gauge. So now let's just talk about our team, which is going to be awesome. Awesome!
I was going to say Rainbow.
You read my mind. That's the kind of connection we have. You read my mind.
I just went, and then he did it. It's like, oh, yeah.
Perfect. Round 1, running backs are coming off early, but there's a good wide receiver there. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay, who we have had in the past. Jameis Winston's #1 target. And even though the Bucs added Deshaun Jackson in the offseason, you know Evans is going to be the go-to target. He has a nose for finding the end zone. There were games last year he had, 2-3 touchdowns in the same game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I remember when we were watching Red Zone with you when you still had Red Zone. I was watching at your house one day I'll never forget. We're seeing the Tampa Bay, and it's Evans every single time.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was
every touchdown from every single game, they just...
And I remember screaming to you. You're in the bathroom. I'm screaming to you, Evans again.
Why don't we have him? Next year we got him.
Yep. Yeah. So
the next year.
Yeah. So he's just been
Yeah.
so killer, and I can only think he's going to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah.
And then round 2, another guy we've had before when he was in Seattle, but now he's come out of retirement to play in Oakland. Beast mode, Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, he's going to kill.
He's playing close to home now. He's from the Oakland area, so playing in front of the home
cool.
crowd.
And I think I've said it in past shows before, but there was one game I was watching. I forget who they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
He freaking goes back in the huddle, high fives his whole line. I called Chris. I said, "That's class." Right
Absolutely.
We got to get him. Got him the next year, and
yeah, he's been so killer,
mm-hmm.
and hopefully he will continue that trend, especially with a very good offense there in Oakland,
Y'all.
with the Raiders up and coming, and he's going to make, I think, a very quick impact.
And the O-line open.
Absolutely. Yep, I agree.
One thing.
Well, you got to remember that Oakland beforehand had Latavius Murray, who's now in Minnesota, and he was doing a very nice job last year as well.
He ain't no beast mode.
No, he's not no beast, but I agree with that. But at least he was putting up yardage, so hopefully that continues for Marshawn.
And the Raiders haven't been bad over the last couple years.
No, they're contending. And the fact then after just a couple of years, they're going to go to Vegas and play in that market.
They had to rebuild over the last few years, but they've gotten good. And that move to Vegas is going to be just nasty.
Absolutely, because now you've already got the NHL team starting there this coming next season, and then now you'll have the NFL there in a couple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is going to be a hotbed real quick. Maybe the NBA will soon follow. That'd be something. Round 3. At that point, we figured, okay, we got a number 1 running back, a number 1 wide receiver, quarterback we can still wait on. We figured here we'd go tight end, and here we got another surefire, Greg Olsen from Carolina.
Did you put the numbers where we drafted
Yes,
them?
right here. Yeah, this column right here.
Oh, yeah.
But getting Greg Olsen from Carolina, great value in round 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has been, when the Panthers are in the red zone, you know they're going to look to Olsen.
He had to sell me a little bit, but I think you did.
I think we were torn between either getting a second wideout or going Olsen. I think is where we were torn for a little bit.
But based on what was on
on the value on the board, we couldn't turn Olsen down because at that point, tight end was going to get very, very thin, and we really had to get a surefire thing.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is, especially the players we've drafted, they have bye weeks later in the season in week 10 and 11. We don't have to worry about them for weeks. We will be set for the first several weeks of the season with these players. So again, that's another thing you have to look into is bye weeks. Yes, you can.
Dang good record.
Bye
weeks.
We'll know a lot about our team heading into those bye weeks. We really will. We really will.
Oh yeah.
You got to be aware of the bye weeks because I've always preached it on here. You always have to be aware what players you have, and then if you have a bye week situation like that, even with our stacking strategy, yes, we know we're going to have some weeks like that, but we have other players that don't have the same bye weeks we can plug in for that week and play those, so we won't lose them. Correct. So you don't have to drop anybody necessarily. So you got to plan ahead for that as well.
Now, can our whole team stay healthy?
That is key. That is also key because we've had a couple years where injuries just bit us in the ass.
Was it last year? A couple of years ago, we just could not.
We could not keep anybody healthy. No, I think
last year. I
mean, the last 2 years have been rough, because we've missed the playoffs in back-to-back years, which is not normal for this. Yeah, which has not been normal for our franchise.
No,
but I want to get back to winning, and and it's 7-7 and 6-8 are not good enough.
You ask any head coach what is a successful season. How many of them are going to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to suck and only win a couple games"? Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
No.
They say we're going to make it to the Super Bowl,
right?
And I will count anything less than that as a failure.
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan's just a dick.
Rex Ryan said that every press conference.
Rex Ryan's just a dick.
I guarantee we're going to go to the fantasy championship game. Yeah, like I'm going to say that all the time. Yeah, no.
But
I mean, that's the goal, yes, but you don't blatantly.
But at the same time, who starts off the season saying we want to suck?
No one. Nobody.
You strive to be the best,
yes.
and you let the cards fall where
Absolutely.
they may, maybe.
Yeah, and injuries are out of our control, and they happen.
No one sets out to suck.
No,
okay.
Injuries can happen, and they've derailed us a couple seasons, but
bad.
But hopefully this will be a better year.
And we got pretty much all good quality players.
Oh, yes.
And you don't become a good quality starting player being prone to injuries.
Correct.
So anything can happen, but we got some strong, physically strong players. Not just on the field, but I mean body and they take care of themselves, which is really
and fast.
Oh.
It's funny that we named last year's team the Sycamore Speed Freaks. These guys remind me of Speed Freaks a little bit in a way because we've got quickness with some of these position players.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ironic in that but now we got the Thunder Colts and it's like we're gonna pound the rock and pound the points and
You've been thunderstruck.
I came up with a motto. It said the lightning strikes and the thunder follows. You like that?
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. Round 4, we get another guy that we've had for a long time and Mr. Andrew Luck's favorite target, T.Y. Hilton. The T.Y. stands for thank you.
Yes.
Just another guy that eats up the yardage, eats up the targets, and finds the end zone. I mean, and he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the moment he was drafted by the Colts, you knew right away that he was going to become a favorite target. He basically replaced Reggie Wayne, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they drafted T.Y. Hilton. I heard about it. I almost fell off my chair.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I mean, I watched
when I saw him play.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And he played at a small school, Ford International, not exactly a big name college, but
actually, the FIU is getting.
They're getting a little more recognized. Yes, they are getting a little more recognized. Yeah. Yeah, but they're slowly getting
American Ninja Warrior to thank for that. One of the qualifying runs was at
No
FIU.
kidding.
Yes.
Oh wow,
yes.
Did not know.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the qualifying runs was for American Ninja Warrior was on the campus.
Oh, that's awesome.
FIU, yeah.
Sweet. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, another guy that we know is going to produce well for us, has done well for us in the past, and is going to produce right away.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of guys that can produce right away, and pretty much our team MVP from last year, we were able to snag him in round 5. Derek Carr, quarterback, Oakland Raiders. I mean, what did he not do for us last year, I mean, every single week we started him. Points. Yeah.
Pulled us out of ruts.
Oh, my gosh. And it was a bummer that he missed the latter part of last season with the broken leg, but all signs are pointing to he's fully recovered from that. He's going to be the guy day one. And
hope they don't target his leg.
No, right. And the talent around him with Lynch now and Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree and Jared Cook at tight end.
I'm telling you, not that he doesn't have a good arm, because obviously he does.
Yeah.
But with all that talent, he's got Lynch now. He can depend on Lynch. If his leg's cramping up a little bit, just hand off.
Right. He's not going to regress, I don't think.
I don't think so either. With the talent he's got around him.
Yeah.
Now. Are you kidding?
Right. Yeah. I can only expect so many more big things from him again this year. He's going to be huge.
I will call the Raiders deep contenders.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe in the playoffs.
They're a contender to win the AFC West.
And that's a guaranteed playoff spot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they could win that division. Even though you got Kansas City, who's good, and Denver, who's good, I think that division is going to be fun this year.
They don't have Lynch.
True. But that division is going to be fun as a whole this year. They really watch who's going to come out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into the gems. Like the next 5 rounds to me were our gem picks because we were able to find value in rounds 6 through 10.
Okay, yeah.
Round 6, another guy that we have had on our team for many years. When there's trouble, you call DW. Danny Woodhead, and now in Baltimore.
Oh.
The guy is a point machine, a PPR machine, yes, but he's that passing down back. And yes, there have been some injury concerns over the past couple years. He has gone down with some injuries.
Danny, Please stay
healthy this year, please.
We're both
begging you, please. You are so reliable when you are healthy, and you're just kidding. I mean, he has just been massive, and now in Baltimore, he's got another quarterback who throws a lot in Joe Flacco, and he's going to be, reliable. And yes, there's a lot of mouths to feed in Baltimore with Wallace and Perriman and some other guys there, but on third downs, he's going to be the guy,
Okay, I got to say this. I'm sorry.
Sure.
But by the way, I made fun of Joe Flacco so much during his early years.
Yes, you did. Full apology. Full apology.
Yes. I mean.
We can no longer call you Wacko Flacco.
No. It's like, yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah, right. No. Guy can play. I mean, and can throw, and he's got
a cannon.
Yes.
I don't know where it come from, but granted, the first couple years he was not.
Well, and I remember when he played in college at Delaware, and he was just killing it. And even though Delaware is 1AA, he was just killing it at that level.
Yeah, but then he goes to the NFL, struggled a little.
Yeah,
struggled a little bit, but once he let it go.
Oh yeah. Oof. And then wins the Super Bowl a couple years later.
Yeah, once he gets it loaded.
The blackout game.
That was wow.
First half, Baltimore dominates San Francisco. Then lights go out, and then come back. And some conspiracy people still say that was all staged. It was a conspiracy.
And Baltimore ended up winning?
Baltimore did end up winning, but only by 3. Remember, they dominated first half. First half was boring, because Baltimore was blowing the doors off San Francisco. And then the blackout happens, and then all of a sudden, brand new game.
It's like, oh crap, we gotta create.
And then nobody's watching. Yeah, blackout.
So,
Goodell was still commish. Yeah.
He's still
the commish. Yeah. But drum up interest, and then comeback almost happens.
You gotta think.
But here's the thing.
Trending.
Oh, I know it was trending. Yeah. And here's the thing. That's when Colin Kaepernick still had a job.
Oh. Ouch.
Because nobody wants him anymore. Because he's kind of like cancer because of his kneel down stance.
What's he?
Remember?
What's he do?
Remember when he kneeled for the national anthem all last season in protest? That's why nobody wants him now.
Jackass. You don't. You don't do that crap.
No. I understand you're trying to take a stance against how, blacks in this country are, discriminated because of the police relations and what have you. But that's not the way you do it. You took the wrong approach.
Not on a public stage with millions of people watching.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
I understand everyone's entitled to their own beliefs.
Sure.
We understand that.
Sure.
We're not knocking that.
No.
It's like, dude.
But you could have done it a different way. Yeah. So.
You could have wore initials on your helmet or something, or had something in your pocket that was unseen.
Right.
An item that was important to, like, say a towel was important to one of the people that got shot. Put a towel in your pocket.
Right.
Or something that makes you feel connected. But just don't protest like that. Come on.
No.
Serious.
Right. But bottom line, Baltimore. I know. I'm sure you could. But bottom line for us, Baltimore Woodhead, awesome pick. And hopefully, again, going to reap the rewards from that.
Yes.
And then round 7 comes along. And we get not only a solid third receiver, but again, now a true, number 1 with Evans and Hilton, Golden Tate, Detroit Lions. The number 1 there, now that Anquan Bolden is gone, and Marvin Jones is good, not great, he is now going to be the guy in Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely a playmaker.
There's our guy right there.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Carr.
Mr. Carr's on the TV.
Top 100.
Yeah,
there he is. Yeah.
Where he's at. He got to be getting close to
Oh, yeah, he's got to be up there on the list.
But
Golden Tate broke out last year. It looked for a while like Marvin Jones was going to be the number 1 guy, and he was for the first couple weeks of the season. But then Tate all of a sudden breaks out and starts making plays, making these catches, being Matthew Stafford's reliable target, and he becomes the number 1. So now it's his role And we just hope that he continues to be that heavily targeted.
Still on tape. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, 3 number 1 receivers, and we did the Football Guys breakdown after the draft as well that you can do. You can go to this is just plug, no money for this, but this is just a plug. Footballguys.com. You can go there. You can break down your fantasy team. All you have to do is type in the name of the players you drafted, plug in your scoring settings, plug in all that, and they will give you a full breakdown of your team. And they said our wide receivers were our biggest strength because we got 3 top 25 guys.
Just make sure it's Football Guys.
Yes,
fantasy
guys. That's true. I screwed that up. Fantasy Guys will take you somewhere else. Fantasy Guys will take you somewhere else. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Woo. Awkward.
Yeah, very. It's like, whoa, that's not
Football Guys. Football Guys.
He pulled that up. He says, whoa, that's
not what I wanted. Yeah, exactly. Those are my exact words.
Yeah. It's like, I suppose not.
Hey, let's go away from that, shall we? Yeah, something like that. No, not. Nah, never know. But no, bottom line, Golden Tate is going to be solid, and we have 3 solid starting wide receivers. So very thrilled with that. Then round 8 comes along, and we realize another good Lion is on the board. Another good PPR machine, third down back, Theo Riddick.
Theo Ridiculous Riddick.
Ridiculous Riddick. I like that. I like that. Ridiculous Riddick. I like that. You guys, I've always preached on the show. I love the dual threat backs who not only can run but can get on passing downs and make those big plays. Well, it's Riddick's role. It's what he showed last year. And even for a brief time took on the starting role when Abdullah was injured and was out. Riddick stepped in and could also show that he could tote the rock just as well as he can do on passing downs. So 11 card. Nice. 11. Not bad at all. But no, Riddick is another one of those guys that if he's there in your league is poised for a big breakout year in that role. Especially, yes, in PPR leagues is going to be better for you because of that ability, but even in standard leagues, he's a nice play. So
I hope he gets playing time. You think he will?
He will. Even though Abdullah's back, I think he's still going to get plenty of work. I still think he's going to get his opportunity. So
yeah.
So I still think he's going to be okay. So, and again, we had to kind of go outside the box there because with Lynch and Woodhead both having the same bye week in week 10, we had to get someone else kind of not only for depth purposes, but someone else we could plug in to the schedule when that bye week appeared. So that was the reason why Riddick was a good pick there. So thrilled that he was still on the board in round 8. I was overjoyed at that. That was like blew my mind that he's still available. And then continuing the trend of Lions, continuing the trend in round 9, also still on the board, the main provider for Golden Tate and Theo Riddick, Matthew Stafford. To see him there on the board in round 9, mind blower.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They must not be putting a lot of faith in him.
I don't know why. Like, the Lions are, they're rebuilding, but they're going to have still a decent year, I think. They've still got talent. It's their defense, really, that I think is a big concern, I think. But they on offense, they have the playmakers. They have the talent there to compete with the best the NFC has to offer. And especially in their division with Green Bay and Minnesota being good. Chicago, I think, is going to suck. But outside of that, no, I think Detroit's going to at least be able to compete. And we know Stafford has, an arm. He has that clutch ability to make plays late.
For sure.
And it was a no-brainer there at that spot to snatch him up and pair him with the guys on our team. So complete no-brainer. But then at this point, we start seeing defenses come off the board more frequently, not as often as they were in early rounds with the Broncos, Cardinals, the surprising Jaguars pick. But then we saw the Seahawks come off, and we saw the Cardinals come off, and we saw some other names. So then, or the Texans come off. So then you're thinking, okay, now we got to get a defense. Well, who should still be there in round 10, but another very reliable unit, the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid doesn't mess around.
No.
And
as a defense, they're good. And But
remember, this is also special teams.
Also special teams, and
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is a
punt returner, special teams kicker. Yep. Speed freak. We targeted about getting him, but we took Tate over him. He went after a couple picks after us.
Yeah.
But that was too good to pass up with Tate. But now we still get Hill as part of that special teams unit, and that's huge. He can fly. I mean, he is just a flat out speedster, and he's gonna have a big year because now with Jeremy Maclin gone to Baltimore as well, he's gonna reap the benefits of that and be the #1 guy in Kansas City. So, so getting the Chiefs there was absolutely huge. Just all those picks 6 through 10 were just absolute steals, and it was just so awesome to see those guys fall into our laps. So that was huge for us. And then at this point in the draft, you're getting your depth. You're getting your depth guys. Guys are gonna hopefully, if they break out for you, that's great. If they don't, that's okay, because then the waiver wire comes into play. But these hopefully are guys that are going to develop into playmakers. And we've seen these guys what they can do before as well. So round 11, we got Ted Ginn from the Saints. So a new home for Ted Ginn, goes from Carolina, where he was getting involved, but more on like the deep ball throws. He wasn't, he's behind Kelvin Benjamin and Olsen, some of the guys who kind of buried the depth chart. Now he goes to New Orleans, which I think is even a more pass-friendly offense than Carolina is, with Breeze at the helm.
Yeah.
He's going to get work in New Orleans.
For sure, yeah.
You've still got Michael Thomas, but no more Brandon Cooks. So maybe he takes over that role that Cooks, because Cooks left for New England.
Okay.
So maybe he takes over that role.
Trader.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully, he's able to take advantage of that, because we know, Breeze, even at his age, is still chucking it like the best of them.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Saints, though, the only thing worries about the Saints, they tend to play better at home than on the road.
Yeah.
And so the stats kind of,
for every team.
It varies. Some teams are able to adjust, but to me, it seems like the Saints play better at the Superdome than they do in outdoor venues a little bit. But hopefully, if Ginn pans out and gets the targets and takes advantage of those opportunities, then we'll reap the rewards of that. So the value that was there at that point, it was kind of hard not to pass up on taking Ginn there. But then round 12 comes along, and we're still seeing the running backs that are on the board. And it's like at that point, and who else is on the board? Well, we already got Riddick. Hell, why not get Amir Abdullah too? Now we have 4 Lions on the roster. It's hard not to pass up.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's back from injury, and he's back to being the starting guy. And, why not have that 1-2 combo there?
Yeah.
Again, we like our stacks, and we like having those weapons. And hopefully, though, he'll take advantage of finally, coming out and being the guy and showing that versatility he had in Nebraska in college, and finally showing it. We've had Abdullah before. We had him when he was a rookie and didn't pan out. But now that he's a little more seasoned, I'm hoping that, the real breakout finally comes through. And we talked –
what, 2-3 years?
Yes. Yeah.
Not too long.
No, not too long. He's still young. Yeah, he's still young. But the fact that he's still available in round 12, to me, that was, again, total mind blower that he was still on the board at that point. And again, we talked about this. That there might be some weeks that Detroit's a really good matchup. We could play both of them and reap the benefits from both of them. Or, if Woodhead is a bad matchup, maybe pair to Lynch with one of them, see what happens. So there's a lot of possibilities we have in this running back group that can really open things up. And then round 13. We go for our kicker, and a guy that has been reliable for us season after season after season. We have drafted him, Justin Tucker,
and
getting us our second
MVP running last year for us.
Absolutely, but deserved, because the guy can straight up kick accurately and kick from long distance. You remember that game, and I think we had the game still well in hand the week that he did. Remember when he kicked the 60+ yarder on Monday Night Football? Yeah. And I'm freaking out on the phone with you. He made it. He made it. I might have said son of a bitch, but he made that son of a bitch. He made it. And I couldn't believe it, because that's 5 points. And it's just like, I was just so stunned that he had the ability to do that. But he's reliable. He's one of the most reliable kickers in this league.
Yeah.
And he should be one that if he's available on the board at that point in your draft, you should be targeting, because he's been one of the more reliable guys out there. And Baltimore's going to put up points. And with the talent again that they have, he's going to put up points and you have opportunities to kick. And especially with the fact that he can kick from distance like that, he's going to be able to do it multiple times. So absolutely huge. And then finally, for our final pick, and again, seeing the value that's on the board, seeing we needed another wideout to add to our team, this is a guy that potentially some are listing as a sleeper as long as he's healthy. We've had this guy in the past as well, just last year, and hopefully everything's healed from that. Getting John Brown from the Arizona Cardinals, and we know the Cardinals offense loves to throw. Carson Palmer is still there. We had Larry Fitzgerald last year. So we know that they're capable of throwing the ball, and with Brown, still young, the big concern this year was he had a sickle cell trait issue, which also happened to Montgomery, who we had last year, and briefly he was out for that same issue. So, but they're hoping.
Oh, we sat Montgomery.
Yes,
that's who
we sat Montgomery.
We sat Montgomery because
of the same issue of the sickle cell trait.
And we were talking last year. We were also with CBS, since we've been all the time.
Yep.
But one of their football analysts
fantasy journalist
wrote a scathing email or
in their weekly recap, yes,
and saying how stupid we are to sit Montgomery when he actually played, blah blah blah.
And we couldn't have known this.
Well, yeah, and if you
game time decision.
Yeah, if you go back to last year where we beefed on CBS about locking them
5 minutes before the game starts.
Yeah, maybe like lock them at kickoff.
Right.
Then we could have made
that move. Yeah.
Hello.
Right. Think. Use your brain. It's there for a reason.
Lock them at kickoff.
Right.
Which I think is how it should.
No, I agree. That's how it should be. You're locked. I agree. But hopefully Brown will get the targets in Arizona now that he looks like, as they said, even in the little blurb preview, all signs point to him being recovered from that. So they're hoping that he will be a stud there. So yeah, I can say probably with 100% certainty that this right here is the best draft night we've ever had.
I think so.
I mean, this. We weren't dissatisfied with any of the guys that we got.
No.
It was every time it was like he knew who was there on the board, bang, get him. And there really wasn't any qualms, really. It was just absolutely perfect. So I am looking forward to this year already. I mean, I was hyped even before tonight, but once we got in there, once we started seeing the value that was there, it was like, oh my gosh, look at what we're getting. It was just absolutely stunning. Just stunning to see the value. So guys, again, the advice I can give is, there will be value wherever you draft. There's going to be good players at any position. So again, take into account what your fellow owners are doing. Look what's on the board at your pick. Look what's there, see what's going on, see the trends in the room. Follow that, and I think you're going to get a solid roster up and down, because this, again, what are the word can use but wow, amazing, outstanding. I'm thrilled to see what these guys are going to do. Yeah, nuts. I'm ecstatic to see what this team is going to do. I'm just so looking forward to the season starting and seeing what is going to happen. So I couldn't be more happier. I couldn't be more ecstatic. Any other final thoughts from you?
No. As the season progresses, I'll probably do more on my YouTube channel.
Yes. Please subscribe to his channel, Nate Hettinger. Please subscribe. He needs more subscribers.
I got a new computer and started my own.
Yes, please subscribe
to his channel. I'll still be on here.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, subscribe to his channel, and definitely we'll talk about that as the season goes on. And so thank you guys for watching, liking, thumbs up again if you like the video, if you like what you see on FFSR all season long. Sarah's waving in the background. Love it. So yeah, give it a thumbs up. Tell us, what's coming up. If you've had your draft already, tell us who your favorite picks were. If not, if any questions you have or comments where we can assist or I can assist, let us know in the comment box. And just go after, put your best team together. See what's there. Wherever you're picking, there's value to be had. The crop is deep. It's ripe for the picking. That's basically what I can say. This is like the year of the harvest. This is like where you can really get good talent across the board, no matter where you're at. So
I think the whole NFL is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. As a whole. Oh, absolutely.
Based on this draft, I mean, any team you look at, there's contenders. Good stuff.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of contenders. There's going to be a lot of division races that I think are going to be really, really fun. Like the AFC West, the AFC South. I'd say the NFC East, the NFC South is going to be competitive. So there's going to be a lot of competition going on. So
gonna make for some late season and
drama. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be so much fun. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, for checking us out, and we will probably won't be another FFSR for a while. Probably not before till week 1 of the regular season, unless something big happens like in training camps or preseason or what have you. There probably won't be until the week 1 preview of the regular season. Of course, there'll be more ATSD episodes as things go on, but other than that, this is the big kickoff. So we'll monitor stories throughout training camp preseason, but then we will be ready for the next FFSR episode week 1 of the regular season in September. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we are signing off. Good luck.